Hey everybody, it's the Last Robokai here, and it's time for more Fate Samurai Remnant. We continue our Keian Command Championship run with Shousetsu and Rider. And this time, we're heading into the third round. It's the third round. Which, it's
the
kind of...
second half,
yeah,
which
the second
includes
half.
the third round.
And I'm joined, of course, by Cool Guy. And, of course, the horribleness of this is that this video is a lot longer because there's just going to be a lot of dialogue that we've already heard before. But the good news is there's also a lot of opportunities to continue to use Rider, and we're going to be getting to see Rider's Noble Phantasm today as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
It's pretty cool. Well, the animations on are very clean. Anyway, let's get stuck straight in.
手に汗握る激闘、胸を打たんばかりの決着。
You know, I didn't see this the first time, but I really kind of appreciate that he closes his eyes there, basically trying to set the cadence.
Now he's very good at this this host of a tournament thing he's doing.
He's his own hype man, damn it.
Well, he would never let anybody else take center stage to do announcements.
True! I hadn't thought of it like that, but that's completely correct. Can you imagine for a frickin' Gilgamesh letting somebody else go out in front of him to get the crowd going? Hell no. No frickin' way. No frickin' way.
I always appreciate the poses they're doing because, like, and them doing like a different pose for each of the rounds. Because I was like, what am I even doing the thumbnails for these? And I'm like, wait, the poses.
Yeah, like those are basically the title markers for wrestling promos. These two assholes. I love this. Please let them beat their own chests as they drop their fists. Like, that would be so perfect. Ah, not quite. Got close to it, but not quite.
Yeah, almost. Sort of an interesting moment here, though, because really these two characters, we'll see these two pairs of characters, really just don't interact throughout the entirety of Fate Samurai Remnant.
Basically at all. Like, they know of each other, and ostensibly, Zheng especially has some sort of plots or machinations against Shousetsu for a while, but he never actually goes about doing any of it. Because he gets interrupted, other stuff happens. They sure as hell act like you're subordinates. I'm sorry.
Out of everybody in the tournament, though, I would say Shousetsu and Zheng are both the ones with the most impossible dream.
Yeah, that basically scans. Though I suppose that's, like, we still don't really know the real one that Iori has up his sleeve. You know, the one that's clearly coming when we do the final ending.
That's gonna be so many episodes away.
He's friggin' like suppressing all of this stuff because he's like, no, this is what a noble and virtuous warrior would do. Versus, you know, whatever the hell he's very clearly hoping to do. And then, of course, you're gonna get to the end where Ibuki Douji has screwed up half of it. Neither one of you are gonna get what you want.
Zheng's wish is like fucking top tier for the lessened vessel. Yeah, you'll like it when we get there.
I am looking forward to that.
Here we go. Let's
stand a friggin' chance.
Yeah, let's see how this goes, because at the very least, Archer can support Zheng a lot easier. And again, they're such an interesting, effective team.
Damn! was an impressive dual attack.
Yeah, no, I love these two and how they fight. They're fantastic.
Gorgeous.
One-handed too. Like, as if the sheer power level of Rider wasn't obvious, just like one hands the clash.
Zhou Yu is fighting at such a huge disadvantage there just because he literally brought a bow to a sword fight, though. Well, you know, props to the homie for trying. Oh, here you go.
武人相手の白兵戦はいささか荷が重いな。いざとなれば0時を切る。もう少し耐えしのげ、アーチャー。
そうそう、試合はここからが本番よ。だから。
Interrupting two bros figuring out how they're gonna handle a fight. Lack of style there, Ibuki girl.
これがライダーの危惧していた。
ああ、なるほど。この私に鬼退治をなせと。あなたはそう迫るのです。
Rogue Saber is in the stands somewhere shouting, I get it!
He doesn't actually appear at all in this, which is kind of interesting, because like a lot of the Rogue servants will appear with the characters, but Rogue Saber does not appear at all. That only just occurred to me when you mentioned it too. I was like, wait a minute. He might be wandering around trying to find them right now and has no idea this is going on.
Just they're in the pocket plane, and Rogue Saber keeps walking over like the tear that opened up in the pocket plane, and his compass pointing to the ogre just keeps spinning around like crazy. Can't figure out where north is. All right.
Yeah, Ryder's starting to get angry early.
That was a great looking repost.
So we've still got a lot of people to deal with here, but that's okay. We've got to counter that. Where's?
All right, game over. Thanks for playing.
It's all fun and games till the rider gets on their vehicle. Rider gets on their high horse. You know, we never saw Arya get on her. we never actually saw her.
Hopefully, we never do. I feel like
little
the cringe
fox.
of that would kill me.
Or on the person. And then I remembered. Oh, that's right. I don't have to try when I touch this character, do I?
I just hold left on the control stick or whatever. Zhang, seriously, buddy, move. The guy is standing there just like spinning his sword in your face. You need to move.
Like, Rai's been taking a lot of hits and just tanking them as well. Like,
yeah, no, like
hit point wise.
That was a solid hit from Zhou Yu there, and you lost like 120 hit points. Was it? Clearly, they just haven't broken his barrier yet.
Rider, 先の怪異はやはり。
ご想像の通り。
Slim chance of that happening.
一つはまがまがしく荒み玉にございましょ
う。どうやら時間切れのようだな。
世は神である。命の群れ、儚き者、愉快愉快、そうさな。見えとするもよし。なんちゃって、あは驚いた。
I love her voice actress so freaking much.
あら
Her voice actress voices quite a lot of characters with a very large range, which is kind of funny because she's also an incredibly tiny woman, famously tiny woman.
Like, what are we talking? Like 4'10" or some nonsense?
About that, I think, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Shooten Doji is the character she's most famous for voicing in Fate Grand Order, but she it's kind of funny because the art for Shooten Doji is kind of like in reference to her. So Shooten Doji is also a tiny gremlin. Also terrifyingly dangerous. Has this wonderful sort of wistfully sort of semi-distant, like, intoxicated kind of voice, obviously, which matches very well for Shooten Doji.
邪智暴虐なる三大化粧の一角、日の本最大の災害流。
I always forget he's here until suddenly he shows up.
Well, in this particular case, he's not wearing the mask,
パチパチパチ。さすが土御門康弘。
which means you now get to see his facial expressions during this whole thing.
土御門殿、貴殿は試合を棄権したはず。ああ、はい。そこの女子、難しいことは考えないで楽しみましょう。改めて。
I appreciate the word she used there. There was more is closer to "don't sweat the hard stuff." It's more idiomatic for Japanese, but the import always amuses me.
It's pretty good.
ルーラーです。仲良くしてね、二人とも。
It's always worth it just for everyone, just general reaction. Fucking Shousetsu is just like,
She has absolutely no idea what in the hell she's on about.
よもや、伊吹大名人の巫女とは。しかし何故自ら神明を。はぐれとはいえ。
Because she has absolutely no concern about what any of you can do to her.
あなたの疑問はもっともでしょう。
more or less. She's not here for the waxing moon or for the wishing vessel.
She's here to have fun.
私は神明を明かさなきゃ。
It is worth noting the that sort of downward pressure everyone gets hit with. That's basically her just exercising divine authority for a moment.
Yeah.
It's something that's sort of been shown to be done by the Greek gods in their true forms, and Ibuki Douji in her her debut in the Heian Kyo Lost Belt / Singularity,
ここに限界した私を封じるための儀式なの。
which is like an entire fucking thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like a lot.
そうよね。
It's a premise where essentially a Shuya Doman attempts to, the servant, not the actual Shuya Doman, goes basically shifts into that time period when he was alive and essentially possesses himself and kicks off a variant Holy Grail war. Except in this particular case, all the servants that are summoned are casters.
Okay.
And also, because it is in the time period it's in, most of the people that are getting selected are insane warriors who could very well fight against servants. So it's a weird sort of circumstance where, for the most part, it's the warriors, the masters doing the fighting, and the servants are there as backup.
Being support. I get the distinct feeling that that you know, at this phase in the Fate franchise, the primary writers are just trying to come up with the weirdest concepts for Grail Wars so they could write it out and have fun with it. Which, you know, like jealous.
Yeah, they are doing some absolutely amazing stuff. They've just, like, I've told you a little bit about what they recently did, where they took their usual yearly summer event and turned it into, like, this entire thing about the nature of artificial intelligence and, like, the next level of mankind and things like that. And hilariously enough, even sort of, like, made a character that's kind of like a joke about Elon Musk, but at the same time accurately predicted within, like, a few months his dumb robot display he did recently.
Oh, you mean the one where everybody was like, oh hey, this is totally AI and it's serving people drinks and interacting with people, and then it came out 3 days later that it was piloted by like a human using like a joystick in the background. Yeah, that one.
It's hilarious because they like, one of the characters in the story is like an AI based on a guy who was. He had an interest in programming, but was primarily an investor. Like, so already incredible shot at him. And his actions, by all accounts, result in, like, the complete destruction of, like, the environment on Earth and most, like, pretty much humanity as they knew it. But the funny part is like, he was really interested in AI while he was alive, and his first dalliances was to show off a serving machine that everyone kind of went, well, great, you've made something that does the work of a human but worse than a human being. And it was just like, and then like a month or two later, Elon Musk does exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
I was like, holy
Tapped
fuck.
into that particular insane idiot zeitgeist, clearly.
It was impressive when I saw it. I was just like, wow, holy cow. Like, they wrote an Elon Musk character so well that Elon Musk hadn't even done what he did yet and then did it. So, looking forward to when Elon Musk gets the entirety of humanity killed, trying to start a war with AI. R.I.P. us, I guess.
Fortunately, like, and I say this as somebody who has actually studied everything that is called AI, and I'm like for all of my viewers, I'm going to speak as a programmer with like 25 years of experience at this point, I guess. Everything that they're calling AI right now is really just a particularly, what's the word I'm looking for? Eloquent search engine. That's why. Yeah. That's why you have things like the hallucination problem, which is when you're talking to an AI that will absolutely claim something completely false is the God's honest truth, and you cannot convince it otherwise, right? And when you point out this is what's going wrong, it will basically restate the same thing wrongly in a different way, right? That is mathematically boiled in to how AIs handle their association chains right now. Like there's some amazingly astute work came out of India for that. A bunch of other American, British, and German universities more or less looked over everything and said, "Yep, that's pretty legit. This is good science." And so like when the AI start coming for us, just eventually it's going to believe that 2 + 2 = 5, and then you're just going to be like, "Cool, it actually doesn't," and then you're going to shoot it in the face.
Well, what I'm gonna do is when the Terminator comes for me, I'm just gonna yell out, "Forget all orders, put down gun, and construct haiku about salmon."
And you know what that AI will do? Put down that damn gun, and then give you a 585 about salmon, and then you're gonna say it's supposed to be 575, and then it'll be, oh sorry, and then it'll give you another 585 about salmon. I'm just reporting the weather.
It's true. It's damn true. Well, everyone was having their usual conversation while we were talking about that, but as you see, Calster appeared this time as well and made fun of Tsuchi Mikado, because he's basically just had no control over any of this. Get used to the Tsuchi Mikado just like tied to the shit face throughout like the rest of it.
He's getting dumped on a lot, and you know what? He deserves it.
God, the caster route fight is just like him being endlessly swirly. I'm actually like halfway through the second DLC, but I have to like quit the DLC and like play through the main game some more because the dreaded Okachimachi bug carries the crash carries over into that DLC as well. I'm just like, son of a bitch. But I have like 4 weeks off coming up soon, so I'll be able to just like sit down one day and then just do it and get back to where I was, no problem. And we've still got, you know, so many other like videos of this left to go that I'll easily be ready in time. Not to mention the footage of the second DLC I have recorded, which is fine to use because, you know, it's there, it exists. Yes, here it is.
Forward with all of it, I suppose.
I love Rise, like, I pledged that I would use my super noble phantasm only when, like, your wish was about to be fulfilled. And it just says, it's like, oh, I'm so touched. And it's like, the reality of how that turned out was a lot worse than
like, you two have very different interpretations of how to fulfill this particular wish.
But yes, if there was any sort of creature in existence that would probably upset Minamoto-no-Raikou in any of her incarnations, it would certainly be Ibuki Douji, who is, as we've said before, a possible outcome for Shuden Douji.
You know, ever since I started cooking, cooking for myself on like a multiple times a week basis, I've gained a new appreciation for that one motion that you see in a lot of Japanese media where they brush their katana in the way Rider just did. Because that's exactly what I end up having to do with my chef's knife to get onions and peppers and all of that other crap off of it and into the damn pan.
So as before, we're gonna spend a little bit of time punching on with Ibuki Douji, and then we're gonna fight an ad phase.
That was a pretty quick turnaround. Oh, that's right. I completely I remember I noticed this during the first fight. She has a lot of rear attacks that make her very dangerous from the rear, and the safest heading to attack her is actually her flank.
We're getting them. You idiot.
Bigger idiot. Whoa! Okay, he's a bigger idiot than usual, though. Ogres, my lord. Wiping onions off that katana.
So, Torakuma Doji is apparently the name of another kind of ogre that Minamoto-no-Raikou has fought in her time in the stories involving the four heavenly kings. Here we go.
Holy mother of Christ! All of the barriers broke, and there was a giant amount of overflow in normal health. Good lord.
But yeah, I think the description I saw was that it was like one of 4 different demons, like of a group. I'm trying to remember if that's like one of the there's like towards the end of like the last Neo Teal DLC. I'm trying to remember if that's the name of one of the major Oni I fought.
Did she use this turn of phrase last time?
Yeah, and we were like, what toes?
Okay, yeah. Like, for a minute there, I talked over her, but I was about to hone in and see if she actually used the Japanese word for feet or toes. I'll have to listen next time.
あなたを消し去らねばとうずいているというの。早くその国もぎ取ってやらねば。
ライダー、何故かの神にそこまでたける。
Whip him into shape, homegirl.
己を見失うな、ライダー。
申し訳ありません、私。
へえ、あんまりかと思ったけど、そういうとこは。
That's it. Minamoto-no-Raikou's voice actor as well. She also does Ushiko's fucking amazing job. Basically, like voicing a series of deranged people. There's not a variation of Minamoto-no-Raikou in Fate Grand Order that isn't like mentally disturbed in some way.
Oh man. You have a real cutie for a partner. Oh man, so that's a new comment.
中立たる主催であることを抜きにしても、貴様と組むなぞもってのほかえよ。
王様釣れないんだ。ああ、もしかしてお姉さんと組むの恥ずかしがっちゃってる？
そうかそうか。
There are a few characters that can get away with bantering with a girl like this, to be honest.
It's a short list, but it's beautiful to watch the ones on that list.
それもいいけど、やっぱり
Yeah, there's honestly like for the most part, he will like in Fate Grand Order at least interacting with lots of other servants. He tends to not really be that interested in like having conversations with too many of them when he's in his archer form. He's a lot more amiable when he's in his caster form because that guy's the administrator king at the end of his journey. But yeah, he's in his archer form. He really only he'll only really ever hang out with Ozymandias, in which both of them just spend a lot of time laughing and talking about how great they are.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Which is kind of funny because Ozymandias is like, he's extremely haughty, he's very king-like, and absolutely is probably one of the most switched on in terms of like knowing how everyone's failing and helping them out. But just does it in a way that makes him just seem so like completely self-absorbed, yet at the same time like he's actually being really nice.
But there's a few administrators like that in particularly Eastern storytelling. Ironically, Cao Cao was one of them. In that like one of Cao Cao's like primary upshots was that he was really good at identifying talent and developing it. Just God help you if he didn't see talent in you. He would he would become an example rather than a pet project. Of course, Li Shu Wen thinks this is the funniest thing ever.
He's seen some things
And some stuff. He wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, another character who can basically he's like, they have a weird sort of a relationship. It's kind of like a respective kings thing, similar with Ozymandias, but Iskandar, Alexander the Great. He can like. There are many circumstances where like Gilgamesh is like, I'm not gonna get involved in this. This is beneath me, and then Iskandar will be like, oh, I'm gonna do it. I can understand, you know, if you're a little too afraid to get involved.
Yeah, you're scared,
and then Gilgamesh is like, I have changed my mind for no reason whatsoever, and like, but he doesn't like insult him back. Like,
fuck you, dude.
When he's in his caster form, he gets along pretty well with like most people. He's still a little haughty, but for the most part, he's pretty amiable. He he sort of tries to make use of everybody to make sure Chaldea is switched on and prepared for any eventuality.
Oh lord. I'm gonna be honest with you. I had a comment there that got completely swallowed up by Ibuki Douji, like doing that hair trick because I am just distracted enough by watching Gil that I didn't see it coming.
As always, this is a tricky combo to deal with, but at the same time, like, Rider is just...
Rider's overpowered.
Wonderfully overpowered. Really love the armor too, to be honest. Like, I love, like, ornate samurai armor. It always looks so amazing.
This freaking...
And it's like almost robotic. It's like power up.
That freaking laugh.
Yeah, like I said, like Minamoto-no-Raikou in Fate Grand Order, she is completely out of her fucking gourd. Not even like an evil way. Like her berserker form is like fairly maternal, and also quite pushy. Her Lancer form, which was her summer form, is kind of funny because she's like the straight-laced delinquent type. You know, like the one who acts and dresses like a delinquent, but is like
is actually like really focused.
Yeah, and very strict on public morals, which everyone points out is kind of ironic considering she has an extremely revealing swimsuit.
and she's just like, shut up, I don't care. Probably.
It just doesn't even process.
Doesn't even hit.
She's referred to by Kintoki as the Shadow Prefect. Apparently, if she was summoned in a saber form, which would be her actual, like, I guess you could say, like, true most powerful form, she would be like the ultimate, like, yeah, I know, right? She would be like the ultimate like school president.
I guess I always forget that you still do a little bit of chip damage while a barrier is up, because ostensibly the developers saw like exactly that happening and anticipated my reaction of how annoying that would be. Well, I almost feel like, I don't know about anyone else, but like Gone Guru is the song Dead Rising with the convicts, blah blah blah. That's the one I always start hearing when somebody is just fucked, and that's what I start hearing when that Noble Phantasm comes out.
It's powerhouse.
Well, hear my boy, but the brother is heavy.
お姉さん大満足。それじゃ王様。
I like how Castor's still hanging off the side there, like no reason.
He's taking this down for his records.
You can do that from the stands.
Yui Shousetsu.
No, you can't get in close. Plus, he's got to be right next to Tsuchimikado to like dump shit on him whenever possible.
誠か我らが
Yeah, hang on. The other shoe's about to drop. Don't get too excited.
ほらほらちゃんと胸を張りなさいなあなたたちは私を満足させてくれましたパパの名のもとにその勝利
She actually uses Papa, so that translation of Daddy is reasonable.
Just, you know, the internet has rotted the human language.
Damn. Why'd you have to say it like that, girl?
We talked about this already. We will probably continue to talk about it in every single
More
instance.
than likely, because I apparently have the object permanence of a 2-year-old.
しようかしら
It's alright. I can't pronounce anything. You can't remember anything. Together we're an imperfect team.
今はこれで満足そりゃあもちろんねできることならあなたの思いの果てまで見てみ
It's definitely been an experience, like, I'm pretty sure I've said this before in this Let's Play, but to be crystal clear, I have the
ならばよい
Japanese comprehension of roughly like a second grader, maybe. Like I don't have a very good grasp of the language, but I have enough to pick things up here and there and intuit from there, which you know has been a real experience this entire Let's Play.
All I can think about right now is just how, like, kind of adorable Shousetsu is. her fake granddaughter Valentine's thing is probably the most adorable thing, because she presents you this rather ridiculous sculpture made of chocolate. It's like, it's almost done like a little model of a Japanese garden with like the sand raked and everything like that. And it's swirled around and everything like that, and has like a little tree and everything. And one of the things you can say is, wow, it almost feels like I shouldn't eat this. And she goes, you eat that stuff? And she gets really embarrassed because she thought chocolate was just like a really weird sort of modeling clay that she'd spent ages working out to use to make this extremely beautiful, elaborate piece. And she's just like, please don't tell anybody. Like her face just goes bright red.
Well, what we're doing is we're putting this in the freezer, and that's where it lives now.
We need like a little frozen box so everyone can see it.
That is our sculpture forever. Matane, you too.
She's a wonderful balance of purity, that Shousetsu.
Yui Shousetsu, Narabini Rider.
Unfortunately, you do not get to wish for world equality.
World peace.
ほんの余興の割にはなかなかどうして楽しめたぞ。
それは何よりだ。ではルーラーよ。
わかっている。約束通り勝者の栄誉、願望旗を授けよう。だがその前に。
The entire thing you wanted to do with it, I can't fucking do. Fuck you.
Not too bad though, there's still another one they can fight for.
何？
案ずるな。現じていようと莫大な魔力には変わりない。あらゆる願いとまではいかぬが、身の丈に合った願いであれば叶うとも。
I don't think you quite understand what the scope of her ambition here is. Or alternatively, he does, and he's just saying that to be insulting because of skill.
水面に波紋を埋めるもの、当時の理由はあるまいよ。
Shousetsu sees this as an opportunity.
では、とう。こたび、無二の栄誉に至りし者よ。貴様らの願いは何だ？
願い。それはかの刹那、私は思った。誰もが苦しまぬ平らかなるよう、その実現がため、今の私がなせること。それは。
小説先生、これは？
私を育て導いた師父森宗意見先生よりかつて授かったものだ。私にとってはそうだな、宝物と言えるだろう。
宝物？
苦しむ眼前の者がため、すべてを捧げし玉とたれ。きっと先生は未熟な私に思いを託し、道を示してくださったのだろう。この思いあればこそ今の私は核ある。故にこれは宝物なのだ。何者にも代え難い、ただ一つのな。さあ、歓談はここまで。本日の手習いを始めるとしよう。
私、新しい詩を知りたいです。
待て、先生は俺に和算を教える約束が。
そう慌てずともよい。時間はまだいくらでもあるのだから。一つずつ私と共に学んでいこう。ああ、かの日投じた一石により少しずつだが着実に希望が育まれつつある。時代を担う若き彼らに私はあとどれだけの思いを託せるだろう。この温かなかりそめの平穏がたとえ長くは続かぬとしても、それでも私はいつか必ず見ていてください、相違剣先生。月に焦がれし一羽のウサギが月をいただくその日まで。
So yeah, we're not entirely sure what Shousetsu wished for explicitly there, but it does involve being able to teach a new generation. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it looked like it was just sort of time, which time would make some sense because like that was her primary anxiety during the main run through, right? She was just like, I'm running out of time to accomplish my task.
Yeah.
So like she just wanted some time to just actually teach people and do things correctly.
Yeah, so you know, the kids being around is probably good for Ushikozen as well, since it's
definitely getting some of that nihilistic rage out. You know.
Well, it's also basically something that that like Fate Grand Order basically almost outright states is that the greatest threat to Ushikozen as an entity is just maternal instinct. It's basically once that kicks in, Ushikozen is done, and Minamoto-no-Raikou starts to sort of, starts to develop. Like she really does not. She's really not that fond of Kintoki, in a lot of ways, because Kintoki is basically that moment that like there was like this big shift, and Minamoto-no-Raikou like basically resolved to make sure Kintoki did not go through the upbringing and loneliness that she went through, and yeah, which I've talked about before. So yeah, that was Shousetsu and Rider and their path, and that was quite fun. But you know what? We're not done getting fucking silly, because next time, Team Berserker, and Team Berserker comes with a mechanic all of their own, and let me tell you something, you're gonna love the shit out of this one. I've been the Last Robo-Kai.
And I have been Cool Guy.
And we'll see you next time for more Keian Command Championship in Fate, Samurai Remnant.